So go here in the window, lightning. What is it? Cannot see it. Yes, rendering, lighting, and in here you have environment, and then you have skybox. Skybox here. So now we just go to this. We have different skyboxes. You see this one. So you see that's what the skybox is. It's yeah, but I want something with clouds like yeah, this one, this one. You see, very nice. So let's first rename the scene because I don't like that sample name. Okay. And now we need the materials for the platforms. I have some here, very high quality this here. And this might take a while because it's one it's one gigabyte. We'll see. If it takes long, I'll just stop the recording. That's quite big. Also, meanwhile, let me check my uh, my my computer here and see how much my C. You see, my C is almost full because for some reason Unity does not import these assets. Sorry, not import, but download. When you download it, you download it to C for some reason, not where you have the project in temporary files or somewhere in C. So most of this is occupied because of the Unity assets. This will go pretty fast. Let's play one more chess. Well, 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 just a bunch of nonsense. Okay, that was a free knight and a free bishop. Okay, that escalated quickly. Would have taken that knight actually. Now, okay. GG. Okay, so now we have our materials. It's time to create some basic platform first. The question is, well, okay, here we have this tool here. You see, this one is for creating platforms. Doesn't really matter the size because we can then edit it. Okay. So now here you see we have the size of this. We don't modify the scale. We are modify this here with this tool. So we don't want it very thick. Let's say something like this. Let's place it in the center like that. And now let's take our camera and modify it a little bit. So we moved it on the Y and also rotate it a little bit, so we can see it from an angle like that. Maybe even more. Something like that. We'll play with this later. Okay, and now let's place our player on top of it just to see how big it is compared to the platform. Okay, so that is too big, but we can increase the size of the player. We can do this like that. Yeah. So now let's rename this to player. And create the basic controls. Actually, I'm looking at this, and I don't think we need to make a player script. We'll just have a game manager script for everything. Also, let me unprefab this. So unpack this prefab. So unpacking means it's no longer a prefab. Yep. We need a game manager object. And let's make a script. Okay. And this guy here needs to have an animator. Let's create that. Animator controller, sorry. Right there. And let's add our animations. Okay. So the first thing is we need to add the animator component. Oh, it is already here, sorry. We just drag it here. And then we go to the animator panel and add our animations. So we just drag and drop them here, like that. And we'll use transitions for this. Very simple. We just make a parameter called is running, like that, and create transitions from one to another. So the lines here represent the transitions. Idle is orange because that's the default one. So from running to idle, we want that bool to be false, and also no exit time. And from idle to running, we want this to be true, no exit time. Okay. Now let's drag our scripts on the game manager object. And also, let's test our materials. Let me see if those work correctly. And you see we do have a problem. These are pink because these were made for not for URP. They're made for other types of projects, but we can fix it. We can fix it by selecting it, and then we go to edit, rendering, materials, convert to URP, and now it should work. See, now it's not pink anymore. Then we can just go to our platform, to the materials in the mesh renderer here, and drag our material. And now we have this material. It takes so it is blue because it is loading. Let's see. So we have this here. I don't like this, we'll have to replace it. Something else. Let's see. Grass. Metal. Let's say metal. Again, now do the same because we have to convert this to URP. So rendering materials and then convert it to URP. And then we have to add to our player some so collider and then a we don't need a rigid body because we'll move it we'll move it by script. But let's try some other texture. Okay. Now let me see if I just increase it, the position by 1. It does not work, you see, because this cube here is size 5, I think, so we have to save. So let me just duplicate this, move it forward by 5, then let's move the player by 5. Yeah, so we have to move it by the size of that platform, which is 5. Now, I don't really like this one either. Okay. Also, we might want to make this thicker a little bit. Or actually, never. So while this loads, okay. Yeah, we'll have to experiment with this. Let's try some rocks. Sorry, I'm just trying to find a nice material. We might replace this later with better graphics, like not cubes like this, or maybe some rocks we find. Okay, so let's select the player. Make sure it is above the platform first. So like that. And then we need a collider. So capture collider 2D, sorry, 3D. We resize it. Okay, something like that. All right. Oh, and this collider will be without physics right now. So now let's go to our prefabs folder. And also I think texture is not it's a bit too small. Okay, let me see what I can do here. Okay, I actually have to divide this a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we'll deal with that later. So we have the capsule. This is just for interacting with traps. We have the animator. Rigid body we do not need, so we can start coding now. Um, let me just create a couple of platforms. I'll just make an empty object here. Call it platform holder. We hold all the platforms. Reset the transform so it's 0, 0, 0 on the position. Now we'll add a platform and duplicate it a little bit. Something like that. Now let's create the basic controls for this. So we'll move it by script, the player. Because we want precision. We want to move exactly 5 on the z-axis. So here we need a couple of things. We need public transform, player transform, the animator, public animator, player animator. And for now, let's just create the simple controls. So for that, we need a coroutine because we want to move it over time. And processes that take time should be you should use a coroutine when you have process that takes time. So let's say America. And now I'll just copy some code from a folder. So basically what this is, it's a for loop that counts time. So the first thing we do is we enable the running animation before we start moving. So we say player animator set bool, so that bool from the animator, which we call this running, we make it true. Oh, and also we should have here a public bool is running actually, and let's say start, so voice start, and by default let's make it false. And here let's use that bool. So we say is running is true now. Okay. So after that we start moving from one position to another over time. And we need a move speed. Let's say public float move speed. So here we divide that. So let me comment this. Move there over time. So here you see we divide. So let me explain this because it's important. So we have here a for that counts time. It starts from 0 to 1. Okay, it's a float from 0 to 1. And each frame, so we wait one frame and then add the time difference between frames. So in other words, we count time. But we want this to last a certain amount of seconds, not just 1 second like this. So then we divide that time difference between frames with how many seconds we want this to last. Okay, so we'll divide by move speed in this case. And then we want to change the position. You see, transform position. So we need a beginning position and an ending position. So let's comment this, create begin and end position. So let's say vector3 begin position equal transform position. So our position now plus vector3 forward times 5 in this case, because that's the size of the platform, 5. And now that I'm looking at this, maybe we should have a variable. Maybe we'll change it in the future. But actually, no, I don't think we'll change it. So begin position and then vector3 end position. Oh, sorry, that's the end position. So we add 5 for the end position, and the beginning position is the position right now. Okay. So this will move our player to that position 5 units forward. But the issue with this is that this will not place the player exactly on that position. It will be very, very close, but it's not 100% precise because this t here goes from 0 to something smaller than 1, not exactly 1. So we have to say here at the end that transform position is equal end position, just to be at that exact position. So now that we are at the end position, we disable the running animation. So we say the same line. I'll just copy paste it. So that bool to false, and that's all we'll say is running is false here, our bool from the script, because we only want to move if we are not already moving. So we need to remember save that in a bool so we know if we are in the coroutine or not. So now I'll just make a function here. I call it void start player. So here we check if you are running. So if you are running, so if you are not running, so we put the not symbol here, so not running. Then we start our coroutine, remove player coroutine. And now in the update function, so void update, we check for input. So if input get key down, meaning this means this will happen, whatever you put in here will happen once when the key is pressed down. In this case we want key code space, so the space bar, and then we say start move player. Okay, so now if we go to our scene and add everything we need to the script, we should have controls now. And also we'll have to play with the animation speed, because we want the animation speed to match the move speed. So let's say 2 seconds here move speed. So it will, in other words, it will move from one platform to run to the other in 2 seconds. And then let's add our player transform and our player animator. And let's see if it works now. I'll make it full screen. So now our player should be by default in the idle animation. Yep. Now if I press space, it says that is running parameter does not exist. So let's see why that is. So is running does not exist. Yes, I made a spelling mistake here. So we'll have to delete that, or not delete it, but rename it. Okay, sorry about that. Now let's make sure that yes, it is okay now. So the issue was I named that parameter incorrectly. Now you see we have an issue now. You see, It is not moving for some reason. Let's see why that is. So first of all, let's make sure everything is correct here. Okay. Oh, yes, of course. My bad. So I made a mistake here. You see, this is not the transform position, because that means this is the game manager script. It's not the player. So we have to do the player transform here, like that. Sorry. Yes, that was the issue. So we were using the transform of the uh, game manager instead of the player. Let's try that one more time. Okay, so now it works, you can see. Yes, but we do have some issues. So one issue is, you see it stops the animation while moving for some reason, and I suspect that is because of the settings in the animation. Let's see, animation. Yes, so you see this running is not looping. You see, does not have loop time, so we have to select that. And also the idle animation does not have loop time, so we also have to enable the idle animation as well. Do you have questions, Leon? So you see, now we should loop. You see it works now. But it moves too slow. So let's try 1 second instead here. Move speed. Yes, that was the issue. It was not looping. Oh, wait, someone is messaging me. So okay. So see, it's okay, but oh, and also we do have an issue here. For some reason, it goes to the left side. For some reason, that is one issue. Yes, that is an issue. Also, it is rotating for some reason. Why is it rotating? You see, it is rotating. Okay, I'm not sure why that is. Let's look at a little bit at animation here. Root, transform rotation. So, I don't know, but I think it's time to change. Give it a. We'll just give it a rigid body to fix this. A rigid body that is kinematic. So kinematic, and then let's freeze all rotation, and then position on the X and Y. Let's see if that fixes it. I'm not sure. It is rotating for some reason, and I don't think it's the collider. It's not the collider. Could be the animation. Let's see. Yes, it seems that there is a problem with the animation. Okay, so we don't need a rigid body here. can remove it, and let's see that animation. So here we should stop rotation somehow. I'm not sure how this works. Let's see, root transform position. We need a rotation, I think. Okay, let me see. Okay, Unity 3D model animation stop rotation. Okay, let me see this 1 second. So you see the problem is the animation makes it rotate. Let's see, it goes back into pose again. Okay. Again. Hmm. I don't know, but we need to stop this. Let me try to check this here. I'm not sure if it will work, but let's try it. Uh, yeah, that is a problem. Oh, okay. Now it works. Okay. Yes, that was the issue. Oh, also, and also, we need to also go here and stop the movement as well. Not just the rotation. So you have to do the same here for the position. So now we should not see any movement on the X and the Z. Also the Y. Yes, now it's working. Yep. So now we just have to increase our speed a little bit. It's still too slow. Okay, let's try one more time. Yep. Looks good. But we also want the camera to move with the player. So I'll add it as a child of the player. But also, let's try to add a ragdoll to our player. So 3D object ragdoll. Okay, I'll just make a copy of this, and we'll call it ragdoll player. Now let's see, add 3D ragdoll. Okay, and now we have to uh, check the tutorial. Okay, so pelvis, it's hips. Okay, then we have left leg. Okay, left leg. Oh, my bad. Okay, left leg up, left leg, foot. Okay, this is my first time doing this. Is right calf. And then the foot. Okay. So left arm here, forearm. Same for the other one. Forearm. Middle spine. Let's see. Spine two. And then the head. Okay. Now let's create that. Remove our animator. We don't need that. And also this collider here. Okay. Let's test this. I'll just disable the key manager and the player. See, this is the ragdoll now. Yep, you see, you see that? What do you think, Lemon? What do you think, Lemon, of this ragdoll? Now we have the ragdoll, which we'll need when we hit a drop. So let's save that as a prefab here, ragdoll player. All right, and also actually the player we don't need to do that. Now we need some traps now. So I'll just go see the Unity of this way. Let's see 3D traps. I like this. Okay, we'll try this first. And also, let me send you the link to this in the Discord server. So you have this tutorial. Oh, this will take a while. Okay, I think we'll take a break and we'll return tomorrow to continue this. Okay.